Well, finally, the day has come. Whew. I have never been this nervous before to shoot a deck profile, I swear to God. Because Thavas is literally the favorite card, Premium is my most favorite format, so I need to make sure it's the greatest deck profile I've played it. And here it is. So anyway, we are talking about Aqua Force deck profile in this video, Premium deck profile with Thavas. Being the Vanguard, so let's get into it. Bubble is Draco Kit. I haven't changed my starter yet. There has been some changes in the deck, so this starter now works differently, but still a good card. I prefer, you can use both. Like if you want to go for a quick shield, you can use our Mitros, which is like a standard one, but I prefer this. Still, I have not changed this. Like this is the starter that I ever always stick by, unless they get something like broken, like assassin in the back, in the NLK or something like that. But for now, this one. And we are using with Tidal Assault instead of Thavas now, so things are changed. Now, I would say this is the lineup that I had most difficult time with. Fucking entire month I was thinking about this, but this is the great lineup I came up with. So which is 4 of our new Thavas, which is no question asked because Excel markers and everything. But now I am playing 3 of our Lambros. Now normally I would never do this. I would rather, when Thavas was revealed, I was like, fuck yes, now I have I have 8 Thavas name in the deck. But then I realized after playtesting that Lambros is just it's just better. Like it just took me so much time to just it sucks, it sucks that I cannot play my old Thavas, but like you have to do what is objectively right. So this lineup helps you a lot. Sometimes you cannot stride properly, or your strides are kind of weak compared to others, so at this point you can at least get 3 Excel markers. Now you can also do the great 2 shenanigans, like you can Soul Blast Thavas out and then you can ride a grade 2, but I respect that playstyle, but I can't go back to it because I want the markers. So I stick to the markers because markers for me is like draw engine, draw power, everything, because now apparently we have cut down to a lot of cards from this deck, so we need that marker. We need those markers, and I'm playing this lineup for the markers. So I that's why I'm sticking to 3 Lambros and 4 Thavas. This was one of the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm not going to lie. I don't like it. I still don't like it, but this is better. I can't change it, If I could go back in time and say just make Thavas way better, but that's not going to be possible. Now we're playing 3 of this guy. Because we're playing new Thavas, we need to rest some stuff. This guy helps. The reason why we need to rest some stuff is because, yes, normally you would stride, but sometimes your strides are kind of not up to the mark, or sometimes you just cannot stride, because the ruling doesn't permit you to stride. So you can use Thavas skill and get those markers and draw engines and everything. So we need to play those cards. And again, I do not like playing this card in my deck, but I have to because of Thavas skill. Because we need to draw engine and everything, even though our stride gets you that. Now 4 Core Assault, which is kind of stable at this point, not going anywhere. Great card, good beater, and gives you a draw, so that's good. And now for 4 Tidal Assault. Now keep in mind sleeves, I have not sleeved everything because I keep my standard and premium separately, so yeah. Anyway, I'm playing older one because Tidal Assault at this point, as I mentioned in my standard deck profile, we are doing a lot for what? You need to have attackers in this deck. You need to have some aggressions in this deck, and this card still gives you that aggression because you can, if the game goes along and you have the opportunity to use Tidal Assault, you can still make him big and get some attack out of Alexandros. Now normally you would die at this point, but if you can survive, this is a good card because your first stride will give you shit ton of card advantage. Even if you cannot stride, you can use your Thavas and Lambros in order to get a lot of cards in your hand. That's the other reason why I cannot include the older Thavas in this deck, because just imagine, right? Like you are going and you cannot stride, and now they stride is their first stride, and you will die because you didn't get to stride. But now we have our 2 pair, which is Lambros and Thavas in your main deck, that even if you don't stride on the very first turn, you can still build up a huge hand and you can survive and don't die to something like Gastile because or something else, because if they stride for the very first time, doesn't matter, they will still kill you. So at least now in this deck we have like more defensive options. We can like on the very first stride, even if you cannot stride, you can have a good hand, and on the very first stride you can also have a good hand. So win-win situation for both sides. You just need to know how to use your shields right. Now this card is it for the late game. Once you get bigger with your Alexandros, it can also give you a draw engine with the bubbleheads, but also it can have a very impactful like attacks like 52k or 48k. It has gone down a bit because we don't play our Thavas anymore, but like still, even though it loses 5k power, you can still utilize it and get some value out of it. So yeah, that's my grade 2 lineup. Now grade 1 lineup. We're playing 3 Baragios. Now we are only playing 4 grade 3s in this deck, and we have a lot of searches for it, so we don't have to worry about it. But don't just focus on this skill. Like don't just focus on the search skill. The 5k makes up a difference, you know. Like it's just, he's not just a searcher. A lot of people forget that plus 5k and plus 5k for something else adds up, and it's like a big thing. Oh my god, I really hate this skill, not gonna lie. Anyway, but yeah, it's pretty good card, and plus 5k's adds up, so don't underestimate that. Now we're playing 3 Pigwins. The thing is, we need to rest stuff, and this is good for counter charge and plus 5k and also rest. So we don't have to worry about resting that much and not getting any value out of it. This card rests stuff, gives plus 5k, and also is a good counter charge. I really hate those cards which rest stuff and doesn't get shit out of it. I'm just like, what the fuck? But this one is pretty good. Just like our grade 2, rest something and gets plus 10k, but it takes a 1 counter blast, and I hate that. But whatever. Now we're playing 4 Nursa, which is a must-have. Like this is the best grade 1 whatsoever, plus 10k. Draw the best grade 1 we have so far. So that's the thing. Now I'm playing, okay, this might be kind of controversial or not, depending on what you like. I'm playing 3 older Nikis, and I'm playing 1 of our newer Nikis. Now why? So older Nikis is more of, because let's say everything goes to shit, like you can't find your Thavas for searching, like whatever, top 5, top 7 doesn't work for shit. You have this card to search for Thavas, and now if you have a Thavas in your hand, you can still use it for the striding, you know, which is gonna add a benefit. But I want to make sure we have a Thavas. The moment you don't ride Thavas, this deck doesn't work. You need to have Thavas at any cost. This is like the very end of your searching, but sometimes this is the only card you have and you can, you know, search it up. But the problem with this card was you have to choose a grade 3 from your hand and reveal it, right? Now you may be thinking, oh yeah, but we are only getting like 4 grade 3, so why would you search for a new Thavas? You know, you already have your grade 3 Thavas. The thing is, even if you reveal a Thavas and you want a new Thavas, it will help you for the next turn, right? Like sometimes you need 2 Thavas too. You just, 1 Thavas you can ride it and sure you're set up, but for the next turn you need something. And to be fair, if you don't really like this decision, you can just go with the 4 new Nikis. I'm fine with both. I may do it, but like top 7, top 5, sure, these are great odds, but like this, when I want to have like, you know, 2 Thavas in my hand, I should have mentioned that. You need to have 1 Thavas, of course, because you have to reveal a grade 3. If I want to have a new Thavas in my hand, I will use this card to get a new one. Now this one for top 7, just get a Thavas, honestly. But yeah, that's the thing. That's what my grade 1 lineup is. And now we're going for our triggers. Should be explanatory, honestly. We are playing 4 of these striding crits, 4 of our other crits plus 10k, 4 of our draw perfect guards, and 4 of our normal heals, which is pretty standard at this point. A lot of people play it, so yep. Now for stride, it hasn't changed much apart from its utilities. And what do you use? This stride, you are always gonna use it, always. Like very first stride, get shit ton of defense in your hand. It's a really good card. When it came out for the very first time, I was kind of underwhelmed, but the more I played it, the more I realized that how important this card is. You need to have a proper hand in order to survive. Because let's be honest, you will not be able to kill your opponent in the first stride. This is not something else. This is not a Gusty. It's not a DI or something, anything else, right? This is a very tempo deck. You need to have a defense, and then as the game progresses, you can have your Alexandra's turn, which are not that big, but it will still help you. For your draw, this is completely for your draw turns, not much else, but it's there. Unfortunately, Aqua Force isn't as good as other decks, but this is your card for the defense. Now we're still playing 3 Alexandros, which is as I said, as the game progresses, this card gets better and better and better. You can use a Tidal Assault. It's for the late game, just like every other card in your as your attackers. You can use it on your Cortal Assault, you can use it on Tidal Assault, everything. It's a great card for that, and the best card so far for offense. We're playing again. It's still sticking to 2 Lambros. If you don't have any counter blast, but now because we have the new Lambros, which is still good. But if you are desperately in need of stride, it may be useful, or you can just flip it up with something else. Now we're playing 1 Valios and 1 Veiling. Veiling is for the rushy matchups where you have to retire everything. If they get so annoying, you can retire the whole board with this. And Valios is more of I guess it's just there, but it can also be useful. Counter blast 1, and you can just turn something face up, and your opponent power gets stuck, which is pretty good, and we can use it because now we are always going for this guy for our very first stride. So if you want to use Valios and poke a lot, you can do it because it will make your opponent's power stuck at one point. Now we're playing these 2 dragons. Honestly, not useful as in Granblue. Megiddo is just there. This guy is just there. Honestly, it's not that useful. Megiddo is very useful in your Granblue because Granblue depends on Megiddo because you guys are supposed to end it. But Aqua Force doesn't really care, doesn't give a fuck. Both of these, they don't matter that much. For G-Guard, 1 Dismal to cook some people like DI or something. Not let them retire shit. 2 Johannes, good for flipping stuff, also protects, so the best G-Guard honestly at this point. And 2 Galfaria. So, this deck, oh my god, it just took so long for me to make it. I was thinking a lot. I was just not uploading it because I wanted to test a lot of decks. I wanted to see a lot of stuff before I upload anything, and that's why it took so long. And yeah, I wanted to make sure I do a really good deck profile at this point because my previous one, you guys really liked it, so I just want to, have a proper quality and, use it. Let me know if it works for you. Let me know if it doesn't work for you. Comment down what do you like, what you don't like. Honestly, I thought a lot about this. I have been thinking for a month since this deck code came out. I never uploaded a single video about the reveals or how I feel about Thavas or nothing. I was just really focused on this deck profile. I playtested a lot with different cards, different stuff. My brain one point got super burned out because I was trying to solve this so damn much. And I just wanted to make sure whatever I upload on this channel that has with Thavas, it has to be the best deck profile ever uploaded until now. And I want to do good stuff in the future as well. Yeah, I'm sorry it took so long, but please try to understand I have been putting a lot of efforts in this, and I wanted to make sure my whole YouTube slowed down because of this deck profile, because I really wanted the premium Thavas to be really good quality. I didn't care about the algorithm, fuck that. I really want to make sure this deck is good, and if there's something wrong, please let me know in the comments. I also want to improve, and I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.